Welcome back, guys, to another Friday Gamer Log. As usual, I'll be talking about the games that I've been playing, games that will be coming up in the direct future for YouTube, and any games that I've bought or want to buy. So, without further ado, let's get this thing started. I made quite a bit more progress on Wind Waker this week. I made a little more progress. I came back here to the Forsaken Fortress, but I wasn't paying attention to the wind, and I got kind of bombed off the King of Red Lions. Whatever, though, I went ahead and just swam the rest of the way into the Forsaken Fortress. For a while, I kept calling the Forsaken Fortress the Fortress of Solitude. Dang it, Superman. Anyway, though, right after I came in, I encountered this guy who reminds me of Phantom Ganon. That might be who this is supposed to be, I don't know. I do know that he fights just like Phantom Ganon, though. He just hit the ball of magic back and forth. Still was a fun battle, but since I already pretty much knew what to do against him, it wasn't hard at all for me. But after I defeated him, a treasure chest appeared, and I got another weapon. I got the Skull Hammer, which I have to say, that is a weird design choice for a hammer. Skull Hammer. Still kinda cool, though. As I progressed some more in the Forsaken Fortress, we had this cute little cutscene. But then Tetra reminded me that it's no time to be cute, it's time to be kick-ass. So, yeah, I had to circle around this room a whole bunch of times while this gigantic bird was destroying the little wooden bridge type thing of sorts that I was running up. Really wasn't that hard. It cracked me up that I had to smash the bird's beak with a hammer in order to trigger the battle. Does that make me a bad person? I don't think so. I thought that this battle was really easy. I thought that the battle was going to get really hard after I smashed his little mask off, but it just got even easier from there. This boss never even scored a single hit on me. It was a very easy battle. But I might have just gotten lucky there, but I don't think so. I found this battle to be really easy. It kind of cracks me up that they can't just simply let this bird die. They had to shine all those lights on it so that everybody within a 10-mile radius can see it die. But like I said, I took it out pretty easily. Not much going on there. Got my heart container and made my way a little bit further into the Forsaken Fortress, where I came face to face with Ganondorf for the first time. He looks kind of chubby or something to me in this game. That's probably just me, though. Link thought that he could take Ganondorf on right now, but that wasn't the case. Link just got kinda dwarf smacked. Twice, as a matter of fact. Hitting a little kid there, Ganondorf. Then he pulled his sword on and told Link that in order to do any damage, he'd have to have some sparklies. Tetra came in and tried to look cool, but she just got put in a chokehold. Then, right after that, Ganon realized that she was actually Princess Zelda, or at least it hinted to it right here, whenever the Triforce on Ganon's hand lit up and everything. Just a couple of minutes after that, Link and Tetra got saved by the bird people. I forget what they're called. I'm pretty sure they have an actual name to their race, but I just call them the bird people. And after they got taken out, Valoo appeared, the big dragon. I love the look on Ganondorf's face. Not that one, but the one that happens here in just a moment. It's like Ganondorf is just saying, "Give me your worst," or something like that. Just kind of cracks me up for some reason. After this cutscene, though, Tetra lost consciousness, and whenever she woke back up, we were down in the underwater area where the King of Red Lions took me back to the old Hyrule and everything. When she woke up, we took her into the castle and whatnot. This little part here kind of cracked me up whenever somebody got a hold of Link through the stone in his back pocket. Makes him jump. Kind of cracked me up. Thought it was weird whenever I heard the King of Red Lions' little "hey" thing. I got really super nostalgic whenever I heard the A Link to the Past title music here. Then, of course, the little plot twist showing that Tetra is actually Zelda, which I already knew from Phantom Hourglass, or at least I would have found out from Phantom Hourglass for the first time if I didn't already know before that from reading it on the internet. But yeah. Also, has anybody realized that by Zelda logic, ninjas equal pirates? I mean, think about it. Sheik equals ninja, Sheik is Zelda, Tetra equals pirate, Sheik equals Zelda equals Tetra. Pirates equals ninjas. But there wasn't anything left to do after that whole cutscene, so I went ahead and left the underwater area. And the King of Red Lions told me that there's a dungeon to the north, a dungeon to the south, and then he also talked about the Triforce shards that are hidden everywhere. I sailed around for a little while, came across... I didn't realize that it was a fairy fountain at first, but I came across one and I got a bomb upgrade. Increased my max bombs up to 60. I continued to sail around for a little while longer and came across another fairy shrine, which did the exact same thing as the one before did. It gave me another bomb upgrade. This time it increased my max up to 99, so I'm pretty sure that's as far as it'll go for my bombs. While I was sailing around, I also learned the Ballad of Gale, or something like that. Lets me warp around the sea, which is really helpful. I really like that I got that now. Progressing on in the story and everything, I came up to this creepy little fairy. And she gave me the fire and ice arrows, which kind of caught me off guard. I was only expecting it to get the ice arrows here, but heck, I'm not complaining. I thought that was really cool that I got both at once. I've only really used the ice arrows, and I've only used them once, though. This cutscene kind of, I don't really know, kind of gave me like mixed emotions, I guess. I didn't know what to think of the fairies just entering Link's chest like that. Just kind of something I didn't expect. Whenever I got here, I knew that I would have to use ice arrows, but I wasn't sure where I'd have to shoot this thing. I just assumed that I'd have to shoot that stream of lava coming out from the top, and I was right. So yeah, pretty easy. As soon as we got done freezing that and watching it shatter, I went inside and made my way through the small little area inside of there. And I got the power bracelets. I knew it was either going to be bracelets, gauntlets, gloves, something like that. I knew it was something that let me lift heavy stuff. Somebody on my home island told me that there was a fairy in that forest area, and I went there and got my money upgrade, which increased it from 200 to 1,000. I also remembered seeing this here, so I went back over here to check out what was underneath it. Turns out that this is going to be where one of the Triforce shards is located, but I didn't worry about getting it right now. I'll come back for that later on. I made my way to the southern dungeon area that the King of Red Lions talked about, which was the Earth Temple. I came in here and I learned a new song, the Earth Goddess lyrics or something like that. Kind of a neat sounding song, I think. But yeah, after I played that, the Spirit of Azora contacted me and told me that I had to find the one that's of her bloodline that's in this current timeline and all that. But I saved and quit right after that. I hadn't made any more progress. I decided to sail around the islands and try to chart out as many things as I could. That's as much as I got done so far. So yeah, I'm just doing that because I think it'll make sailing around easier later on. But I'm really enjoying Wind Waker a lot so far. As far as Metroid Fusion is concerned, I made quite a bit more progress in that as well. I don't really know what this boss is or whatever, but it's just kind of a plant-type boss. I took it out pretty easily. Then, of course, once I finished this thing off, I fought the little core version of the battle. Once I finished that off, I got the plasma beam back, which was pretty neat, I suppose. As soon as I got the plasma beam back and everything, I made a little more progress into the game and everything. Came up to the next boss in line. Whenever I seen that energy tank, I knew that it wouldn't just be so easy to roll down in there and get it. That's why I set off a power bomb, because I knew that there was going to have to be an alternate path to get to it. This boss, I think I might have died on this boss. I can't quite remember. I think that I did, though. But the second time that I fought it, it went really well. It really wasn't a hard boss at all. I thought that it was kind of interesting how this boss could control gravity and make it to where you can't shoot it with missiles. Forces you to use your beam a little bit more. So I thought that was pretty cool. This battle, like I said, went pretty smoothly the second time around. For the most part, I think that the boss knocked me all the way down to like 2 energy tanks left, something like that. I think that was more along the lines of just me being careless and not caring if I took damage or not, though. The boss was kind of retarded. He pretty much lined himself up a few times just to get absolutely annihilated by missiles. Like right here, for instance, he just stays right there and lets me unload on him. Nothing more to it. I got quite a bit of damage in on him there. He did it again shortly after that. He, she, it, whatever this thing is. But as usual, after I defeated the main boss, I did the little core version of the battle. Which, as I've said before, is always easy to do, because these things are really easy to manipulate and whatnot. After I defeated that boss, I got the gravity suit back, which did turn Samus purple. I wasn't sure what to expect after the Various suit turned me yellow. I was expecting to be turned red after getting the Various suit. I made a little more progress. I didn't even really know that I was supposed to go looking after the level 4 security hatches. I just kind of happened to fall upon it. But I did that. I unlocked the level 4 security hatches, the red ones. And made a little bit more progress. Again, I really didn't know where I was going. I just kind of happened to come upon this data room here. And I downloaded the data for diffusion that got added to the missiles, which was pretty neat. And as usual, I made a little bit more progress in fusion. Quite a bit of progress. Fought the security robot again. This time I actually finished it off, though. Really wasn't too bad, but yeah, you just have to learn how to lead his missiles, I found out. Pretty sure that I defeated this thing first try. It really wasn't that hard of a battle. As usual, the cores are really easy. Defeated the core, and I got the wave beam back. I expected to get the wave beam a little earlier in the game. I didn't expect to get it at all in this game, but whenever I seen it, I figured that it would have been here a little earlier. I figured that the wide beam had replaced the wave beam or something. But anyway, I made a little bit more progress to here and seen the SAX attacking the Metroids, I suppose, just causing destruction. And I moved along, seen this little cutscene here. Stuff blowing up and whatnot. After that, I went through, did the battle with Ridley, who likes to scream really loud. But Ridley killed me a couple of times. In this battle, though, he was really stupid, and he lined himself up to be annihilated by missiles. To be honest, I, for some reason, didn't expect to fight a Korra in the battle against Ridley. I don't know why I didn't expect that. But anyway, after I defeated Ridley, I got the screw attack back. Then I made even more progress to this area up here where I fought Samus versus Samus against the SAX. I expected the SAX to put up a little more of a fight, but it was really easy to, like, make her fall into a pattern. Whatever it is. Samus is a robot because he has a gun for his arm. Anyway, though, the second phase of this battle was even easier than the first. It only takes like, what, 4 to 6 hits on this thing to destroy it. And once you destroy it, you gotta fight the core thing as usual. I pretty much expected a core from this. I probably wouldn't have if I fought the SAX before I fought Ridley. But anyway, after I defeated that, the little core thing here came out. And I couldn't grab it just yet, but I went ahead and headed over here to the left where I was supposed to go in the first place. And changed the orbit and whatnot.
Propulsion sequence activated.
And of course they gave you 3 minutes, which is more time than what you'd really need. But that's usual for a Zelda game in the little timed areas. This final boss annoyed the living crap out of me. I am not even joking. It was so annoying. Probably because I was playing it really defensively at first, but It wasn't until I got really aggressive on the Omega Metroid that I finally won against it. I kept dying a whole bunch because I was trying to play it defensively, and it kept cornering me and just absolutely raping me with its claws. But like I said, after I died a few times, I started to play a lot more aggressively and went on the offensive more than the defensive. And that's whenever I finally overcame the Omega Metroid. But still, I think that this boss is really annoying, but at the same time, it probably could have been because I was fighting it with a GameCube controller, and that's always really weird. But it went down, and I finished off Metroid Fusion. Pretty much my first run of it. Like I said before, the only other time I've been all the way through this game was with a friend, and he had beaten it several times, so he knew where to go. So this was pretty much my blind run, and I finally completed it. Watched the little intro cutscene and everything. I liked how the computer, like Samus asked, like, how did the computer bring the ship to her or whatever? And the ship's all like, well, I had a little help. And it turned out that these guys were the people that helped. I thought that that was really cool that they got more involved in the story in this game. I checked out my completion time, seen the kind of ending that I got, and checked out my items completed rate. The ending that I got was the one with Samus without her helmet on. My clear time was 2 hours and 47 minutes. And I was expecting to get like 80% on items or something like that. Nope, I only got 39%, which kind of surprised me. I thought that I had collected quite a bit of stuff. Whatever though, I'll get better in the future. Here on Link's crossbow training, I managed to get platinum on levels 7 and 8, the two levels that I hadn't gotten that yet on. Here on the underground mining area in level 7, the first stage in level 7, I managed to keep my multiplier all the way up to the last section of the stage. That alone really pumped up my score by quite a bit. I still wound up losing the multiplier though, but that didn't matter because it gave me a good enough boost in my score from the first level that I managed to get platinum overall. I mean, look at that. Here in the first stage of the level 7, I got almost 50,000 points. I only needed 30,000 more in order to get a platinum. I didn't do quite as good in the level 2, stage 2 and level 7 here as I did before, but I didn't get much less points, only about 1,000 less. And that alone put me at getting gold, so I had already done better than I had done before. And here on Temple of Time Ranger, I pretty much just made it my focus to take my time and make sure that I killed all of these lizards, Lizophos, whatever. And I did pretty good on this stage this time around, and I did manage to finally get a platinum on this stage, which made me happy because I found this this level here, level 7, to be the most annoying one to get a platinum on. Probably just because of that second stage, I can never get a really high score on it. But like I said before, I really like the ranger type levels where you actually run around and gun down enemies and whatnot. But it made me really happy that I finally got platinum here on level 7. From there, level 8 was a piece of cake to platinum, assuming that I got a good score on the first stage, which I usually do. Here on the second stage, I think what I did before that got me such a high score is I watched the wolves come down from the upper part of the mountain, and I gunned them down while they were doing that before they could even get down to the bottom and start attacking me. I think that's what I did before, but whatever the case, I did fairly well again this time. As a matter of fact, I think I may have gotten a better score than what I had previously. Not by very much, like 100 points, but I still did quite well. I did get a better score. I do remember that for a fact now. It was by 200 points is what it was by. But from the score that I got in the first stage and the score that I got in the second stage, that alone put me at good enough to get a platinum. And I actually did manage to defeat the Dark Nut boss this time around. Pretty fun boss battles, I think. But yeah, I was just happy to have every level platinum medaled at last. I can finally say that I pretty much 100%ed Link's crossbow training. Even though it's just a spin-off game, I still wanted to complete it. So yeah, like I said, I wasn't really going for any like super duper high scores. I just wanted to get platinum medals on everything. On Super Mario Brothers: The Lost Levels, I completed my file with Luigi. I actually almost ran completely out of lives with him. But yeah, it's just a matter of getting used to the Luigi physics that keeps getting to me. I kept sliding into everything, and I would think, yeah, I'm Luigi, I can jump really high, so I don't need to worry about this jump at all. And then I'd try to jump over a big hole and I'd fall into it, just stuff like that. I think if I paid more attention and I was a little more careful, I could do a lot better with Luigi, but I was just being kind of reckless, I suppose. Whatever the case, though, I did complete World 8 with Luigi on Lost Levels. Once again, I didn't use any warps or anything, so I did get to see World 9 again, which was really nice. I don't remember what my final score was in Lost Levels here. We'll see it here in just a moment, though, I'm pretty sure. It's kind of neat that they give you bonus points for having so many lives left over. My final score was 1,150,950. Before World 9, of course. I think even after World 9, because I don't think that you can actually kill anything in this world. Because it's all underground, and I don't think that you get power-ups. But you might get power-ups, I really don't know. I've only actually been in this world one time, and it's the time that you see right here. Still pretty neat that they have a World 9. I thought that it was kind of funny that the Hammer brothers were jumping on top of like the little corals later on in this stage. Right here. Looks kind of odd. But of all things to take me out, it was a blooper. I figured that it would have been Lakitu or the Hammer brothers, but nope, it was a blooper. Those things are generally pretty easy to dodge too. I don't know why I lost to that. You can get, for every time that you beat the game, you can get stars on the title menu, and you can get up to 24, but I only have 2 right now. As far as Skyward Sword is concerned, me and the friend that I'm playing it with beat the sand ship, and we went ahead and got our next song and everything, but we haven't progressed past that. We went to the Elden Volcano area and started dowsing around for our next silent trial or whatever they are, but we went in and saved and quit after that. I haven't done anything without him except return to Skyloft and fill up one of our bottles with a red potion. We still had red potion in the other bottle, so we didn't need any. But after I did that, I went ahead and came right back to the Elden Volcano, the place where me and him saved and quit at. And then I went ahead and saved and quit. As far as Four Swords Adventures is concerned, I made a little more progress in that with the same friend that I've been doing Skyward Sword with. I haven't really played this game hardly at all on one player, so the controls took me a minute or two to get used to. Because I'm so used to using the Game Boy Advance to control with. I'm pretty sure that you can still use the Game Boy Advance to control with even on one player, but I don't see the point in doing that whenever I already have the GameCube controller ready. But anyway, we managed to beat the Village of the Blue Maiden in the Eastern Palace, and then we came here to the Death Mountain area after we rescued the second maiden. And then we saved and quit at the Death Mountain area. But I've been enjoying Four Swords Adventures a lot. I've only played it with friends though, so I don't really know how the single player mode would really be like. But as far as multiplayer goes, I've been enjoying it. I forgot to mention in last week's Friday Gamer Log that whenever I was out of state, I did do some 4-player Zelda Four Swords on the DSi and the 3DS with my friend, his little brother, and his older brother. But I did some of it on my own here at home on the single-player mode. I've completed everything except for the Hero's Key version of Death Mountain. I haven't fought Vaati for the 3rd time, and I have 2 Heroes Trials left to do. But other than that, I've completed all the Realm of Memories areas. I've gotten the Hero's Key in the Sea of Trees level, and I've gotten the Hero's Key in the Talus Cave, I think is what it's called, something like that. It's an ice type level. But yeah, I only have 4 more things left to do here in Four Swords. Coming up as far as YouTube gaming is concerned, we will be starting a no damage run of Little Nemo the Dream Master coming up this week. And then coming up shortly after Little Nemo the Dream Master will be another Mr. Perfect run. we will be doing a Mr. Perfect run of Mega Man 8 for the PlayStation 1. For those of you who don't know, a Mr. Perfect run is just a no damage run. Mr. Perfect is just Mega Man for no damage. So I look forward to doing that. I'd probably say Mega Man 8 is my least favorite of all the Mega Man games, the classic ones. But that's not saying much because I still love the game to death. As far as games that I'd like to purchase goes, I'd really like to get my hands on Yoshi's Island DS. I absolutely love the Super Nintendo Yoshi's Island. I know that this isn't the same game, but I'd still like to get my hands on it. It still looks like it'd be fun. I'm not really sure what to think of it though. I mean, I can see clearly right here that you carry other characters with you besides Mario. But I still look forward to getting it. I've been asked by a lot of people what all systems I own, so I'm going to go ahead and show them. I have Atari 2600, ColecoVision, Odyssey 2, NES. I have two NESs, a front loader and a top loader. I usually use the top loader. I have a Super Nintendo, one of my favorites. I have an FC Twin. I got that so that I could play NES and SNES games together. I have a black Nintendo 64, and I had the green transparent Donkey Kong 64 Nintendo 64. I have a GameCube. I have a Nintendo Wii. One of my favorite systems, took me forever to get. I have an original Game Boy. A Game Boy Pocket, which really isn't all that different from the original Game Boy. A Game Boy Color, which is the color that you see right there. I have 3 Game Boy Colors. 2 of them are little Pokemon Edition ones that you just seen. I have a Game Boy Advance, which is the same color as the one you see right there. A Game Boy Advance SP, I have 2 of them, a classic one and a NES styled one. I have 3 DSs, a classic DS, I have a Legend of Zelda limited edition DS Lite, and I have a DSi. I have a Game Boy Micro, one of my favorites, but I don't really play on it that often. A Model 1 Sega Genesis, and a Model 3 Sega Genesis. I don't have a Model 2 one though. A Sega 32X. A Sega Game Gear. Only costed me like $10. A Sega Dreamcast, which I don't really play that often. A PlayStation 1. A PlayStation 2. And a PSP. I don't have a PS3 just yet though. I have an Xbox and a 360, although I don't play them very much. I'm more of a Nintendo guy. A Neo Geo Pocket Color and a Game Wizard. And that's all the systems that I own. So yeah, that's pretty much everything that's going to be going on. That's all the games that I've been playing, and keep an eye out for Little Nemo the Dream Master this week, as well as Mega Man 8 Mr. Perfect. And well, that is it for today's Friday Gamer Log, and I'll see you guys next Friday. Thank you for watching.